I'm going to show you how to assemble this hydrangea wreath. This is part of our paper flower garden series, so let's get started. For this wreath you will need the kit, scissors, a low temperature hot glue gun and glue sticks. I also have a 12-inch foam wreath that's round, and I'm going to use a 3-inch and a 4-inch ball. I need 3 of each of these, and then I have a knife to cut them in half, and this is actually made to cut these in half, but you can use a kitchen knife or something that has a little bit of a saw on it. That will work too. I also like to work on a silicone mat when I'm working on my hot glue to keep my surface safe. In the back of the kit, you'll find the step out instructions, and you can use this to follow along. So go ahead and pop out all of the petals and the leaves. This kit has this robin's egg blue and then this really pretty purple color. We also have 2 colors of leaves, a darker green and a lighter green. It takes a little time to pop these out. So what I like to do is pop out one, put them in a bowl, and then the other colors. That way we keep them separated and easier to work with. So these are delicate. Be very gentle when you pop them out. Once you have all your petals popped out, you take them in your hand, hold your thumb right over the center. You'll want to make sure you don't tear this really thin section, and with your scissors just gently curl each of the petals. So I find the scissor method to be the fastest. Another idea, if you don't want to use your scissors, is a dowel or even your hot glue, and you can just roll them. This doesn't work quite as well. They don't seem to curl quite as well, so maybe even a thinner dowel might work, but this is another way if you don't want to risk tearing your petals. For the 12-inch wreath, I need 3 of these 4-inch and 3 of the 3-inch, and I'm going to cut them in half. You can see how the serrated edge just kind of cuts right in there. And then you can push the tip right inside and kind of work it around. So now what I'm going to do is just cover all of these half domes with petals, and I'll show you how I do that. I'll take each petal, put a little dab of glue onto the back, and then turn it over. You want the petals to curl towards each other. You bring it up just a little bit so they meet, and then add another one. Now this is a little time consuming, but totally worth it. It's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous result. The nice thing is that all of these little tiny petals have been cut for you, so it makes it so much easier. So I figure each ball you need about 70 to 100 petals, and there's enough in the kit to do the whole wreath like I've shown you, and you will probably have some extras left over to use on another project. I also use my fingernail to kind of punch it inside the foam. That helps keep things in place. So I'm going to keep doing this until all 12 of my half circles are covered, and half of them will be the blue and half of them will be the purple. And now once you have that done, we're ready to put them on the wreath. So the flowers are ready. Let's assemble and prep the leaves. You'll go ahead and punch out all of the leaves. I'm going to show you on 2. We have the darker and the lighter. You can see that we have a score line right in the middle. It's a little bit curved, so I'll carefully fold that. And then with the edge of my fingers and my thumb, give that a little bit of a curl just to give it some dimension. And I'll do that to all of my leaves. Here you can see how I've arranged the blue and the purple. I sort of put them out through sporadically, and I will glue these straight onto the wreath. I'm going to turn this over so you can see it. And then I'll take some pieces of wire and slide it through just to kind of give it an extra hold onto the wreath. Once I have all of the domes put on, then I'll start sliding in the leaves, and I'll put those in to cover the extra foam to kind of, you know, make some space between each of the hydrangea balls. And you should have enough leaves in your kit that you can go ahead and cover the whole back so that it all looks really finished. And I'm going to finish doing that right now. Here's an optional method of making sure that your hydrangeas stay on your wreath. I have some wire here. You can use either 18 or 22 gauge or even 20 gauge. Cut it into, oh, I don't know, that's about 6 inches. And I'm going to bend it like a hairpin. And then very carefully, I'll slide that right behind my petals, through the ball and into the wreath. And this will give it a little extra security. Since every wreath may vary, you could have some extra petals, and you can use these to make another hydrangea bloom. I have another method where I use a wire technique rather than a foam ball, and you can find this in another video that we've created for this series called Spring Flower Bouquet. So go check that out.